Let me ask you something. How do you begin your day? Because, my friend, that single choice, what you do in the quiet hours before the world awakens, could be the most important decision of your life. People often think success is some grand mystery, that it belongs to the chosen few, that it's luck, or fate, or magic. But that's not the truth. Success, it's predictable. It's built on discipline, on small, intentional actions that compound over time, and the very first moment you can practice that discipline is before the sun even rises. See, I learned early in life mornings are a mirror. They reflect who you truly are, your habits, your priorities, your future. If your mornings are chaotic, rushed, filled with distraction, don't be surprised when your life starts to feel the same way. But if your mornings are calm, intentional, filled with purpose, suddenly your days unfold differently. You take charge not just of your schedule, but of your destiny. Here's something to remember. We all face two kinds of pain. The pain of discipline or the pain of regret. And I promise you the pain of discipline, especially in those quiet early hours, is the pain that pays. It pays in confidence, in clarity, in progress. Now think about this for a second. When your alarm rings, that is not just a noise to snooze away. It is your first challenge, the first battle of the day. You can stay in bed, postpone your purpose, delay your dreams, or you can rise, stand tall, and step into the version of yourself that your future depends on. And it's not just about waking up. It's about becoming the person who keeps promises to themselves. It's about building character, one small, silent victory at a time. I hear people say all the time, but I'm not a morning person. But let me ask you, are you a success person? Are you a growth person? Are you someone who's tired of mediocrity, who's ready to lead their life instead of chasing it? Because if that's who you are, or who you want to become, then yes, you can become a morning person. Not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. Discipline isn't something you inherit. It's forged in the quiet, in the stillness of early morning, when no one's watching, when the world is asleep, when it's just you, your thoughts, your goals, and you don't have to move mountains at dawn. Start small, start simple, wake up 30 minutes earlier, make your bed, drink water, read a few pages of something that feeds your mind. Write down your intentions for the day. Those may sound like small tasks, but they are declarations that say, I am in control of this day. I lead this life. I own this journey. Don't start your day in reaction. Start it with direction, plan it, visualize it, own it before the world tries to claim it for you. Let me share a story with you. A young man came to me once, bright, ambitious, but every day overwhelmed. He said to me, I feel like I'm always behind, always stressed, always chasing the clock. So I asked him, how do you start your day? His answer, I wake up late, rush out the door, skip breakfast, check my phone, and hope for the best. Right there, that's the root of the problem, you see. Most people let the day start them. They react. They scramble. They chase time, but winners, they start the day on their own terms. They build a foundation before the chaos begins. So I challenged him. I said, for the next 7 days, wake up 30 minutes earlier, no phone, no distractions, just you, your thoughts, your plan. 7 days later, he was different, not just more productive. He was calmer, focused, confident. It wasn't luck. It wasn't motivation that struck him like lightning. It was routine. It was discipline. It was the power of intentional mornings. Now listen, you can't control every outcome in life. You can't predict every challenge, but you can control how you enter the day. You can choose discipline over delay, purpose over panic, growth over comfort. Because success, real, lasting success, it's not built by chance. It's built by a series of small, simple disciplines practiced every day. And your morning, that's where it all begins. There's an old saying, win the morning, win the day, but it's deeper than that. If you can win those first moments, if you can rise when comfort tempts you to stay down, if you can follow through when no one's watching, that's where confidence grows. That's where your future begins to shift. Most people wait for motivation to strike, but champions, they don't wait. They design their mornings, and those mornings design their lives. Now let me ask you again. How do you start your day? Are you reacting? Or are you leading? Because success doesn't arrive uninvited. It's built intentionally, one quiet morning at a time, before the noise, before the distractions. You have a window to reflect, to plan, to focus, to lead. The world belongs to those who claim that window. And you're one decision away from claiming yours. Think about this. You wouldn't build a house without a blueprint, would you? You wouldn't pour concrete, raise walls, install windows without a clear plan. But every day, millions of people roll out of bed and build their life with no blueprint, no intention, no direction, just hoping things fall into place. And hope, my friend, is not a strategy, your morning. That's your blueprint. It's your chance to draft the life you're building, one purposeful step at a time. So what should that blueprint include? Simple. Include what builds you. Step 1, quiet reflection before the world drowns you in noise. Drown out the distractions. Sit in silence. Breathe. Think. Check in with yourself before you check in with your notifications. That's where answers live. That's where clarity is born. Step 2, write it down, your goals, your vision, your gratitude for what is, and your hunger for what could be. There's power in the written word. Thoughts become real when they hit the page. Your mind stops wandering and starts focusing. Step 3, feed your mind, not with gossip, not with social media scrolls, with wisdom, with knowledge. 10 pages of a great book, 10 minutes of something that expands you. Imagine this. 10 pages a day is 650 pages a year. That's dozens of books. Dozens of new ideas shaping your thinking and your life. Miss a meal if you must, but never miss feeding your mind. Step 4, plan your day. Don't wander through your schedule hoping for productivity. Design it. What 3 things, just 3 if done today, would move you forward? Write them down, aim for them. The world pulls in every direction, but your plan, it anchors you, it gives your energy focus. Your hour's meaning. Step 5, move your body. You don't have to run a marathon at dawn, but energy is created by motion. Stretch, walk, breathe. The body wakes up, and so does the mind. I remember meeting a man named David. Successful, wealthy, but exhausted, burnt out. He told me life was managing him, not the other way around. I asked one simple question: how do you begin your day? He shrugged. Meetings, emails, coffee, stress. There was the problem. The morning managed him, not the other way around. So I gave him a challenge, 1 hour every morning, before the world demanded a piece of him. Quiet time, journaling, reading, reviewing his goals. 30 days later, David called me, different man, focused, grounded, leading his life again. And that's the shift. Your routine is not just about productivity, it's about identity. Every quiet, intentional morning, you declare to yourself, I am disciplined, I am focused, I am worthy of success. You don't rise to the level of your dreams, you fall to the level of your systems. And your morning system, it tells the truth about how serious you really are. Now, let me share a truth few talk about. Everything valuable, everything worth building, comes with resistance. And your morning is no exception. You see, it's fragile, that sacred space before the world awakens. But lurking in that quiet are enemies, not enemies with swords, but with silence, not with chaos, but with comfort and distraction. I've seen it over and over again. Someone decides to change their life. They set the alarm, they make a plan, They find their discipline, but it doesn't take long. Before the oldest, sneakiest enemy creeps in, 5 more minutes, harmless, right? But 5 minutes becomes 10. 10 becomes 30, and suddenly the sun's up. The noise has started, and your peace, gone the bed, becomes a trap, warm, inviting, and deadly to discipline. See, success isn't built in grand gestures. It's built in the small, quiet battles, over and over again. One of the greatest enemies, delay, because when you delay your morning, you delay your growth, you delay your goals, you delay your life. The moment you hit that snooze button, you send your mind a message. It's okay to break promises to myself. And the problem with that, it becomes a habit. It becomes your identity. Discipline, real discipline, is doing what you promised yourself you'd do, long after the feeling is gone, especially when it's hard, especially when it's inconvenient. So, let me ask you, do you wake up with intention or with reaction? Because if the first thing you do is reach for your phone, you've already handed your morning to someone else. You let their messages, their emergencies, their noise, dictate your day, and once that happens, it's hard to get the day back. That's why I always say, stand guard at the door of your mind, because in those early hours, your focus is precious, and your focus determines your future. Here's another enemy. Drifting, waking up, but without purpose, without reason, just existing, going through the motions, that's dangerous, because a wandering mind never builds an empire. Wandering minds don't chase dreams. Wandering minds don't lead. Purpose is fuel, it's energy, it's your reason to rise before the world does. And let me tell you this, some of you aren't losing your mornings, you're losing your nights. You stay up late, trade your future for a few empty hours of distraction, and then wonder why the morning feels so hard. Discipline isn't just about what you start doing, it's about what you stop doing. You can't have powerful mornings with careless nights. Every hour you steal from your rest, you borrow from your future. People say, I'm not a morning person. I smile and I say, you're not a morning person yet, because it's not about personality. It's about practice. You rise early, not because it's easy, but because your dreams deserve the best part of you, and the best part of you only shows up by choice, not by chance, not by luck. By daily, intentional choice. There's a story I remember. A man once told me I can't change. He said he was too old, too set in his ways, too stuck in routine. I asked him one simple question. When was the last time you protected your morning? He paused, thought for a moment, and admitted, never. And that's where it starts. Not with overhauling your entire life, not with radical, impossible changes. It starts by winning the first hour. You see, success is not found in the loud, public moments. It's born in the small, quiet victories, the moments when you rise, while it's easier to stay in bed, the moments when you reflect, when it's tempting to scroll, the moments when you plan your day, instead of letting the day plan you. The morning is sacred. It's your space to lead, to design, to align with who you want to become. But make no mistake, success is not one giant leap. It's a series of small, consistent victories, and the morning, that's your first victory. Every single day, let me share something powerful, the greatest lesson I ever learned about transformation. Is that what you do every day matters more than what you do once in a while. Success isn't built in a moment. It's built moment by moment, day by day, habit by habit, morning by morning. Most people, they want big change, fast. They want breakthroughs. They crave overnight transformation, but they overlook the smallest, most powerful force, consistency. You see, it's not the one workout that makes you strong. It's showing up again and again, even when you don't feel like it. It's not one healthy meal that transforms your body. It's the repeated choice, the discipline when no one's watching, It's not journaling once that sharpens your focus. It's doing it every morning until your thoughts sharpen like a blade. Consistency is quiet. It's not flashy. It's not dramatic. But it's magic. The results you crave. They're hiding inside the routines you avoid. I knew a man once. He dreamed of becoming a writer. He had the talent, the ideas, the vision, but do you know what he lacked? Rhythm. One day he'd write for hours, then nothing for weeks, inspired, discouraged, inspired again, then silence, and eventually the dream faded, not because he wasn't good enough, but because he wasn't consistent enough. I told him, it's not the fire of inspiration that matters most. It's the discipline to show up, even when the fire burns low, because discipline will carry you farther than motivation ever will. The morning, that's where the compounding begins. Each day you rise with purpose. Each day you follow through. You plant a seed, and here's what people forget. The harvest doesn't care how small the seed is. It only cares that you plant it every single day. A 5-minute meditation. Plant the seed, reading 2 pages. Plant the seed, writing down your goals. Plant the seed. At first, it doesn't look like much. There's no audience, no applause, no instant results, but stay consistent. And the harvest comes. One day you'll look back and say, look what I've built, look who I've become. And it all started with the choice to win the morning. Most people never get there, not because they aren't capable, but because they stop. They start strong. The alarm clock rings. They rise early for a day, maybe a week, but then the momentum fades. And when they stop showing up, the progress stops showing up too, you see. Life operates by an invisible law, the law of consistency. Think of it like a savings account. You deposit a little. Every day at first, it feels like nothing's happening. The numbers barely move. The growth is invisible, but stay consistent, and one day, the interest compounds, the results accelerate, your life begins to rise, your energy shifts, your confidence grows, your vision sharpens, and people ask you, how did you do it? You'll smile, and the answer will be simple. I just kept showing up. Every morning, there's a phrase I've always believed in. Success is neither magical nor mysterious. It's the natural consequence of consistently applying the fundamentals. The fundamentals aren't complicated, but they are relentless. Wake up early, reflect in silence. Feed your mind, plan your day, move your body. Simple, but not easy. The world, it rewards those who are consistent, not those who are occasional. And here's something else. Consistency doesn't just build routines. It builds identity. It becomes who you are, not just what you do. You don't meditate occasionally. You become meditative. You don't plan your life sporadically. You become a planner. You don't rise early when it's convenient. You rise early because it's woven into your character, and when you reach that level, you don't need motivation. You don't wait to feel inspired. You've already become the kind of person who does the right thing. Whether it's easy or not, that is the silent power of consistency. It reshapes your habits, and those habits reshape your identity. And once your identity transforms, your life follows. But you must start small. You must start today, and you must keep showing up. Don't chase the spotlight. Don't chase results. Chase the routine. Master the morning. Let consistency do the rest. It won't happen overnight, but stay the course, and one morning you'll wake up realizing you've become someone unstoppable, and it all began with one quiet decision to show up again and again and again. Every time you rise with discipline, every time you honor your morning routine, you're not just building better days, you're building a better you, because the goal isn't just success, it's transformation. A strong morning doesn't just help you achieve more, it helps you become more. But here's the question most people never ask. Who am I becoming? Most are too busy reacting to life, too busy checking notifications, rushing to work, answering emails, chasing deadlines, but not you. You've stepped into awareness. Now, you get to choose not just what you'll do today, but who you'll become tomorrow, because that's the real gift of the morning. It carves space for you to design the future, and hear me clearly, the person you're meant to be isn't found, they're built, constructed, one quiet, intentional morning at a time. You don't stumble into your best self. You become them on purpose. One of the greatest discoveries I ever made is this simple truth: if you want more from life, you must become more. If you want success, don't chase success, chase the skills. Chase the habits, chase the disciplines, because success is not something you pursue. It's something you attract by the person you become, and that's why I teach the value of the morning. The morning is where the becoming begins. It's a quiet opportunity to realign, to reflect, to recommit. No one's watching, no one's applauding, but that's where the magic happens. Character isn't built under the spotlight. It's built in silence, in those early hours, when you choose your future over your comfort. Let me ask you, what if you treated your morning as a sacred appointment with your future? What if you woke up every day and said, today, I build, today, I invest, today, I become the kind of person who doesn't just chase goals, but lives with purpose, acts with intention, and when life gets hard, and it will, you don't break because you've built something stronger on the inside than anything life throws at you. From the outside, that's who you become when you master your morning, not perfect, but grounded, focused, disciplined, the kind of person who looks in the mirror one day and says, I earned this strength, I built it, this confidence, I created it, this life, I designed it, not by luck, not by chance, but by choice, by rising when it was easier to stay down, by reflecting when it was tempting to distract, by leading your day instead of letting the day lead you. The truth is simple. You don't become who you're meant to be by accident. You design it with intention, with purpose, with discipline, and every time you show up for your routine, you cast a vote for your future self. You tell the world, I'm serious. You tell your mind, we're doing this. You tell your life, this is who I am now, not someday, not next year, today, because change happens here, happens now, in the quiet, when no one's watching but you. So, what do you do now? You keep going, you keep building, you keep showing up, even when no one's clapping, even when no one's watching, because the kind of person you're becoming, they don't depend on motivation. They depend on direction. They don't wait for clarity to magically appear. They create clarity, one intentional morning at a time. They don't chase comfort. They chase growth. They chase discipline. They chase transformation, and one day, someone will look at your life, your success, your calm, your confidence, and they'll ask the question they always ask, how did you do it? And you'll smile. Because you know, it wasn't luck, it wasn't magic, it wasn't overnight, it was simple. You started with your morning, and from there, everything changed. Every quiet decision to rise, to reflect, to plan, to grow, it compounded, it built momentum, it rewired your mind, it transformed your identity, until one day, the person you always dreamed of becoming was staring back at you in the mirror. But hear me clearly, this journey, it never truly ends. It's not a destination. It's a daily practice. Every morning, a new opportunity. Every sunrise, a fresh choice to lead your day or be led by it. The world, it belongs to those who claim their mornings, to those who plant small seeds of discipline until the harvest arrives, and arrives big. So my friend, don't wait. Don't hope success finds you. Design your day. Design your life. Starting now, starting with the quiet commitment that happens when the sun hasn't even risen yet. Because when you master your morning, you don't just win the day, you win your life, and that changes everything.